astropaths are receiving numerous transmissions. But no, these aren't ordinary messages. Each and every one is a plea for help. Dargonis is reporting a massive Xenos raid, and every mental image transmitted is wreathed in flame. The astropathic choirmaster is struggling to determine when exactly the invasion began, but all signs point to it happening shortly after your departure to the Cineris Maleficum. Any delay condemns the world to even greater suffering. Your people are begging for immediate aid. Well, it's a really good thing that I made a jump straight from Dargonis to here. I wasn't anticipating this, but okie dokie. We'll travel. It's an orange route. We might take hits. I know we're near the end of this act, and we're gonna get jumped by aliens. I can't remember when exactly the jumping happens, though. Seems like this would have been the perfect time to run an ad. Yeah, I mean, a professional might have done that. Instead of admiring themselves, Monkey should direct their gaze to the world around them more often. Is that Yurlia? Why is she in my freaking bedroom? Taking careful steps, almost without a sound, Yurlia examines the study's interior, raising her brows in surprise and muttering something to herself in the Eldari tongue. Before I leap to any conclusions, explain what you are doing here. Yurlia turns to you. Why are you asking me this, Alantok? Is this place forbidden? On my crafts world, we all held to a simple custom. You may set your foot wherever your path requires. Sacred ground was the only exception to this rule. Is there something sacred in this room, Alantok? Yurlia looks around the room. I do not think so. Okay, so I did say I was doing dogmatic, except for companions. I was going to try to do what it takes to do their companion quests, because I haven't seen them all. I am somewhat surprised, but I am not opposed to such visits. You may come here anytime you like. Yurlia tilts her head in confusion. Do I need permission to do so? But is your entire world contained within this tiny metal cage, Alantok? Your ship, these chambers, they are but a speck of dust, an island. A temporary shelter in a world that is far bigger and more expansive than... Well, enough of that. Now that you are here, I wish to speak with you about our agreement. I have traveled through the Veil many times inside your steel-winged bird, and every time her voice torments me, trying to drive me mad. Yurlia stares through you, unconsciously touching the spirit stone on her chest with a trembling hand. Her whispers fill my ears each time I enter the warp. Inescapable and incessant, poisoning and inflaming every single emotion and thought, making them uncontrollable. I have learned to shut myself off as best as I can, just so that I might have the chance to search for what I have lost. We found everyone we could, Alantok, and all of them were dead. Hopelessness and despair gleam in Yurliet's eyes, and her voice breaks treacherously. But the thread of fate is broken, and I no longer know how to help my people. I failed to save anyone, and I failed to learn the truth about Kruderok's demise. I have lost my way, and I thought you were the only person on this entire ship who might understand. I was not wrong to think so, was I? For a moment, a sad smile flickers on Yurliet's face, and her voice rings with agonizing doubt. No matter what, you tried to keep your promise, even if your species loves to stamp out any life form they find undesirable. Do not give up. You will find what you are looking for. What is this, Alantok? Consolation? What do you... Yurliet's words are interrupted by a strange sound similar to a stifled sigh, her gaze trained upon something past you. Turning around, you see what has caught her attention. An odd, unsightly shard of porous material mounted on the wall like a trophy. An entire kaleidoscope of emotions plays across her face, changing too quickly to catch. She sighs once more, and then her feelings are concealed behind an impenetrable, impersonal mask. What is this, Monkey? Yurliet's voice sounds unusually cold. So without Jay here, my Lore Xenos is really bad. Something has changed. It is as though you have cut yourself off from me. Yurliet, what is going on? Yurliet looks at you, her eyes devoid of every emotion, every shred of life and warmth that you previously beheld in them. You are observant to Lontok. How unusual. But there is no need to trouble your mind with conjecture. I've inflicted enough of my unbridled feelings upon you, but I am in control again. Enough. I have lingered here too long. From now on, I will avoid entering places you would prefer to keep hidden from me. I'm guessing that was an Eldari trophy behind me or something that I didn't even know about. Okay. Dargona's under attack. Let's go! Guessing it's gonna be another spaceship battle. Hey, thank you. Chat, today's lunch is hot dog.
I'll be your beacon in the darkness.
Alright, there it is. What are we getting jumped by? Alright, we got one behind us. We got one kind of in front of us. Dark Mirror Light Cruiser.
Engage the lads!
I just used Empyrean Storm and it did 0 damage. Awesome. That's not supposed to happen like that. Okay. Why is it showing a little person? I don't think it's supposed to do that. Remember I said you don't know much about Craft Worlds? I'm guessing that was a chunk of Craft World. That would explain her reaction. Ow.
Initiates macro cannon barrage!
Zap, 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 zap.
Lads! Engage the lads!
This ship is thick. Reinforce the front shields. Close.
The dark void will erase their colors.
Alright, one of the big ones is gone.
Let the macro cannons sing their twisted song. Unleash our fury. Void Master, if you please.
Wow, took out 3 little ships on that turn. Hecutor Pattern Plasma Battery. 3 shots doing 33 per shot. Oh, that's better than the that one over there. Hmm. Expeditious reload, I guess? Okay. Let's see. 4 shots, 21 each. 2 shots, 21 each. Alright. I always forget if starboard is left or right. But this is better than it was. Okay. So, I have a quest to return here. Genetic Mercy done. I can only go to the palace. I can't go to the other stuff. Decree on diligence. Issuing this decree will significantly tighten production quotas, dooming laggards to being processed into corpse starch, which will encourage the most diligent servants. Gonna get squished into starch? Alright. The Shadow Field's the only defenses they have? Yeah. I've kind of noticed that. How can I explain this? Path of Exile. Path of Exile, there's 3 different armor types. There's armor, and that increases damage reduction. So when you get hit, you take less damage per hit. There is evasion, which when you get hit, there's a chance that you'll just avoid the attack and take 0. But it feels like gambling, because either you take the full hit or you take 0, and so it's very erratic. And then there is Energy Shield, which is like Barrier. It's bonus hit points. Whenever I fight those Drukhari ships, it feels like I'm fighting someone with evasion. Like, they're like dodge, 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 and then massive hit gets through and just, you know, wrecks them. Like, even I've picked up on that. Warden. Is this not an emergency? She's taking her sweet time. You can label all of that as damage mitigation. Well, yeah, but the point is that Ring Song, that one of them is just specializes in damage mitigation, or damage reduction. Another specializes in of all or nothing evasion of attacks, and another is a more effective hit points by just inflating hit points. Which each of them have different pros and cons, of course. Clementia is looking a little disheveled, but her appearance otherwise remains unchanged. Her steely gaze is tightly pressed lips speak of perfect composure. Praise the throne, your lordship, you're here. Your subjects need you now more than ever. You made it to Dargonis before it could be devastated by the Drukhari. I should hope so, I was one jump away. Dargonis has been hit by a mass Xenos attack. The fleet's resistance was broken in mere hours, then the invaders commenced a planetary raid. The planetary defense forces were able to hold the inner perimeters of several cities. 2 of the attacks were stifled on the approaches to the settlements, but the fights continue here as well in the Von Delancius Palace. Lady Rosarian, where is Achilles Scalander? I thought I'd see him here by your side. The Secretary's exact whereabouts are unknown, but under normal circumstances, he hardly ever set foot outside the palace grounds. I'm sure you realize what this could mean. Lord Xenos. The Drukhari are after living victims above all else. Why would they waste their forces assaulting the palace when they could be storming another city? Alas, I don't know the answer, your lordship. When the Xenos attacked the palace, they sent a force so great that the increased warden presence and the defense perimeter were wiped out in minutes. By the throne, whatever they're looking for in there, they spared no troops to get their hands on it. Where is Governor Drivestem? The governor is currently protected within a well-fortified bunker, as are the heads of other noble houses. Clementia grinds her teeth audibly. Still, each family has provided all available resources to the defense of Dargonis, or rather the defense of their respective regions. I need details. What has transpired on the planet? The attacks began a few hours before dawn over the capital. They first attacked the fleet. We received boarding calls right before we lost communication with the crews. Their sacrifice wasn't for naught. The ground troops had the time to start mobilizing, and the civilians went on to organize the defenses. Several hive cities managed to hold their perimeters, others sustained greater losses, and 2 cities were completely devastated. Our intelligence still knows nothing about the fates of millions of people. There's a high likelihood we've lost them forever. Begin a detailed assessment of the damage as soon as we're done here. Indubitably, as soon as the situation on the planet stabilizes. In addition to our own territory, serious damage was done to the Adeptus Administratum department stationed on Dargonis. I hope this won't lead to any kind of accusations against House von Valancius. I don't see a single arbitrator. Have they decided to cower behind the walls of their headquarters? Not at all, your lordship. There are approximately 100 Arbites in the capital right now, and they are all defending the Administratum. Thanks to their bravery and fighting prowess, it is one of the few places in the Hive the Xenos have failed to overrun. What is the current situation? The PDF is in the process of the PDF is like Adobe PDF is in the process of exterminating the enemy forces on the planet. Extra batteries have been assigned to the assault in the palace, but without a strike force that can make it inside, we won't break their resistance. I have a feeling that the palace is the anchor point of the enemy raid. Our Vox engineers are registering unknown signals coming from your residence to other areas of the planet. The scum must have set up a control center inside. We take out the command, and we'll weaken their peripheral forces. Enough talk. I'm going in. Clementia bows. With awe and gratitude, I transfer the command of the ground operation over to you, your lordship. The local troops are at your service. I beg of you, save Dargonis. We have a transmission. Report from Squad 2. So this guy's got like a radio. Come in, Lieutenant. Report. Lieutenant, we do not read you. Repeat. What? Emperor, help me. Attack for the Emperor and the rogue trader. Okay. Alright. Most important thing. Loot. I'm looting cargo from my city to go to me. The Vox transmits the same repeating recording, desperate calls for help, heart-rending cries, and the hysterical howl of a dying man.
What lies?
I will send it again later. What's up? You can label all what you mean. Don't let Adobe at this. Everyone will suffer. Lol. Muck, I hear you're remaining warrior in the next expansion. I don't know about that. I don't, but I will say, Paragon, just at first glance, it doesn't look bad.
And your palace, we will cleanse it, rogue trader, down to the very last Xenos.
Whoa!
Don't dare to disappoint me.
Okay, wait. I see 3. It says there's 8. Okay, are we in combat with him too? Okay. So if we had attacked straight on, that guy and these would be flanking, but I went to the left a bit. Alright. Alright, Cass. Give Heinrichs an action. Regen everyone.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I'm not
Stronghold
accustomed to
stratagem.
being ordered around.
If I do this, can I hit all 3 of them? Yeah! See the warp!
I am a navigator, not a servitor. You will not withstand my vengeance!
Rituals of Aragon look fun. Maybe I'll get back in the game. How you doing?
You're missing me.
Part of the trial.
Not withstand my vengeance!
Okay. Nom 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 nom. What do we got? I need Muck to not wander too far until Heinrich gets all the buffs out. So for now...
Let the true master inflict the pain.
Let's see.
Huh, I can't get line of sight of that one.
Shattered foes in my wake.
Alright. Let's do this.
I shall not fail, trust me. The shadows will see it done.
Medicaid signal.
To give than to follow. Two are better than one. Don't never cross a Kazbala.
I really like this. It's so simple, but she's got this, what is it, the Blessed Bolter casing? It's like a little charm. When she fires a single shot from a bolter, it hits. Percent chance, like, that was like an 8% chance to hit, but it hits. And also, she has another thing that she gets a guaranteed crit when she fires a bolter. So she's not like the most proficient with a bolter, but it will hit and it will crit. So it's just reliable. And I love it so much. I'm kind of curious. If I give this Warden an extra turn, what does he do with it? He casts gun. I respect it. Oh, he dodged. Okay, there is a thing the eagle has that we don't often get to see. If an enemy swings at the eagle and the eagle dodges, the enemy will hit their ally by accident. Unfortunately, the eagle failed to dodge there, so we didn't get to see that. Let's try one more time. There. He killed his teammate, then died from the eagle. Beautiful. That could not have gone better for that last swing. Alright, it's finally time to buff, now that we've killed half of them.
But of course, Lord Captain, for the throne's glory. I won't object to it. Let's see.
Also, it's kind of odd that when Heinrich attacks an enemy, it has a % chance to hit, but his attack with this staff is Siphon Life, and it has a 100% hit chance. It always hits. But it always is like, oh yeah, 40% hit it, and he's dead. Didn't know you have an eagle till now. Who does it belong to? The eagle is an operative pet, and it's called the Cyber Eagle, and it has one biological head and one, like, robot head. And the way it works is, on turn 1, it flies up into the sky, and it's untargetable, and it's off the field. And then when you give it a command, it basically dive bombs an enemy. So when it's not your turn, it is often not attackable by the enemy, and it's restoring health while it's up, in the sky. And if it swings at an enemy, and the enemy hold on, sorry, let me restart. If it attacks an enemy, the enemy gets to try to take a swing back at the eagle. If the eagle successfully dodges the return strike, the enemy will accidentally hit one of their allies that is within range of it. So it's a kind of higher risk reward than the dog, because every time it swings, the enemy gets to take a pot shot at it. But if they miss, they hit their friends. But yeah, it is a pet option for the operatives, which is what Pascal is. He's an operative. In the early game, when we were starting out, the dog was dying a lot because the dog is always attackable. However, the eagle was not having that problem. But now that we're in the later game, the dog is sturdier. He's got more health, I've taken more defensive talents. But it was like an early game problem I had. Shoot. I can't get line of sight on this guy. Oh, this is a really fun skill too. Live bait. You put 10 stacks of a bait buff on an ally. Anytime an enemy tries to hit that ally, if the eagle is in orbit, it'll dive bomb swoop and hit them. And it'll happen until you run out of stacks of the buff. So you can just put live bait on like a tanky character and run them in, and the eagle gets so many extra attacks. It's a pretty like niche situation thing, but very fun when you can make it work. Because like if you just like put that on someone and then run them in, and like 10 enemies swing at them, the eagle takes 10 turns. It's just like boof, 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 and just hits all of them. Uh-oh. No, the warden.
You will not withstand my vengeance.
Weapon at the ready. Follow my
You are doomed.
Alright, overcharge is a buff to the dog until the end of combat.
Madness.
Protect on that warden. Dog will run over and hit anything near him. And then we are going to run over here.
Step by step, I lead.
And dog attack this.
Wicked thought. Schemes within schemes.
Wait, where? Okay, the dog, instead of running up these stairs, he's running like all the way around. So he just wasted a bunch of turns.
A wicked thought.
Wow.
Let's
Just wasted like 4 turns.
I won't let
Okay, well, then we got a kill. Alright, Cabela.
As
Alright,
lieutenant.
buff, 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 buff.
Trust me.
Alright, where do we want to hit like a truck? Is there only one enemy left? There's one enemy left. Okie dokie. Muck is going to get bathed in blood from this.
Come, the other side away.
Muck's just like, blah! Oh. Cabela! God! It's like a freaking fountain and... Okay. What elite specs did they show today? What's up, Barry? I've already done my little video on it, but the Antiquary, the Ritualist, and the Paragon. So, Thief, Necro, Warrior.
patience. My nerves are frayed.
Is all this new operator stuff from the expansion, or is it there at launch? So, hold on. I can answer that. Give me a second here. Okay, so level up. Give me a sec here. 2 archetypes. Wait, can I see the tree? 2 archetype. Okay, shoot. All right. So, at the beginning of the game, you choose a class, right, Ring? And then when you get to a certain level, I can't remember exactly which one, you pick a second class for right here. There's a new option that was added in the second DLC, which is the one that has the Arbites. The new option that was added is called Overseer. If you take Overseer, and you see this right here? If you were an Arbites, Overseer gives you a Cyber Mastiff, the Robo Dog. If you were a Psyker, you get a Cyber Raven. The Raven, quite simply, if you cast a Psyker spell on it, it becomes an AoE spell. So you can AoE damage things, you can AoE buff, which is my personal favorite thing. All right. If you were a officer or something else, I forget, you can take Servo Skulls. They do not have an attack. They are a support type thing. The Servo Skulls can put out a buff. My favorite is called Medicae Signal, where they basically do light healing in an area around them every turn. If you are an operative and you take Overseer, you get Cyber Eagle, which I just spent a little bit of time talking about. So in my party right now, I wanted to try out the new class, so my guy started as an Arbites, and he's got the Robodog. Pascal's an operative, so he got the Cyber Eagle. Heinrich's is a Psyker, so when he went Overseer, he got the Raven, which allows him to AoE buff. And Jay was an officer, so she got the Skulls, which should give her some various things. Like if she uses her officer ability and she gives someone an extra action and they're within a few tiles of the skulls, it actually chains and a second person also gets an extra action. So